Today is a walkthrough and tutorial of ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is my email marketing program or system. It's how I've created loyal patients, new patients, how we onboard patients, how we check in with old patients. There's a ton that we do. It's by far the best marketing dollars I've ever spent is with email marketing. And this is also really like it's part of the blog marketing as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share most of the time and walk you through what I do, and we'll answer your questions. And I may not be able to even get to all of them or know all of your questions, but I should know them. And just keep in mind that even with what I do with ActiveCampaign, it's only a small part of what is available with ActiveCampaign. There's so much more, and I'll talk to you guys about that as well. Here is my ActiveCampaign window. This is what it looks like when I log in. So when I log into ActiveCampaign, there's a lot of different information up here. There's like my dashboard, the homepage, all my contacts, some of my campaigns, top contacts, automations, templates, some news and some other info. Depending on what level of ActiveCampaign, you can get other things up here as well. This is just the activity stream. Real quick, what I'll go through is contacts. These are just, here's my contacts. These are just my contacts. These are everyone on my list right now. This is just, even for patient privacy, this is just my LeBauer Consulting list. People that follow the LeBauer Consulting blog. With LeBauer PT and LeBauer PT blog, I've got roughly 1,200 people in my list. One of the things is remember, this is a fun. We're going to have people join and then people drop off. So these are your contacts. Campaigns and ActiveCampaign, these are one-time messages that you send out. So like a LeBauer Consulting blog campaign. And this is just triggered when I post to my blog. I've got some other messages in here. I haven't sent one to my PT stuff in a while. We did I'll look that up. So this is the Clean Slate Challenge. This is what I did to the LeBauer Physical Therapy group. And what we did is I sent out 3 messages. We got 13 people to join our 1-month private Facebook group at $37 a piece. And I sent them out. You can see I sent out to 1,110 people. Then I basically was able to go in and do something like resend options. And I did send to contacts who have not read or opened the campaign. And then what I did was I changed the subject line. So I had the same email message, but a different subject line. So what that allows me to do is maybe get people to open it who didn't open it the first time because what they read on the subject line wasn't interesting, but another 300 people opened it when I changed the subject line. And that's kind of one of those really powerful things you can do in ActiveCampaign. So that's a little bit about campaigns, and I'll show you a little bit about that in a second. I'm going to go over to automations. Okay, so let me show you what my automations look like. Automations are, so if campaigns are one-time emails, automations are the automated emails that you set up that go out on day 0, day 30, etc. And that's what automations are. And then you've got lists. So lists are just groupings of people. So I've got a couple lists. All you really need in a practice are to set up really 3 lists right now. You need to set up a patients list, a prospective patients list, and then maybe a blog post. So these are people that are just subscribed to my blog. These are people that are subscribed to my 2 lists. So if someone wants to get off my list, but they still want to keep up with my blog, they have that option to do that. So really these 3 lists right here in a practice are the 3 that you want to start with. And the way you do that is you just click on this green button, add new list. You name it, your address, website, add a little message. And it says, hey, you're receiving this email because you subscribed to our newsletter, when visiting our website. and then create list. Okay, then forms. Forms are what you use to get people to opt in off of your website. So, and I'll go back through all these a little bit more detail. So I've got quite a few forms. Forms are what you set up to, let's say, a Facebook ad, or a free giveaway, or even like you might need one for an opt-in for opt-in on your website run by something else. You just connect it to this form, and then the form is what helps subscribe people to ActiveCampaign. And then their reports, and these are just, so those are the main components here in ActiveCampaign. These are just statistics about who's opening what, etc. So you can really track people. One of the things that ActiveCampaign does that I don't really use it for right now, it's on my short list to do CRM or client relationship management. So I can know how many times you click on my emails, and I can start to score you based on how much interaction you have with my emails, whether you're opening them, clicking on my links, etc., so that I can start to predict who's going to buy my next product or who's going to become a patient. You can see like how much interaction people have, and I just haven't had the time in the last year to even sit down to try to learn that stuff. And I'm working on creating more time with hiring my assistant and using some virtual assistants and setting up systems so that I have more time to work on those things to make this go even better. If I was starting over again today and I had a little bit less patience and more time to work on my business, it's something that I would certainly set up from the get-go. So let's see. All right, so let me go back in. So I showed you like lists you need. You just need to start with 3 lists when you start with ActiveCampaign. The thing is you could even just start with 1 list. You don't need a lot of lists. All you need is 1, because ActiveCampaign uses what's called tags. And tags are things that you can attach to people based on actions they take, and how long they've been on your list. And you can create a rule. There's tons of different rules for tags. So you could separate people into tags. You could have just a LeBauer physical therapy list, just 1 list. And then you can have a tag based on whether they're a patient or a prospective patient, a discharged patient, etc. One of the reasons I did multiple lists was so that if someone wants to unsubscribe, they could just unsubscribe from the list and stay in touch with me via the blog post. So let me go back and show you the campaign that I used to set up my blog. And that one was right down here, blog. Okay. So the good thing about ActiveCampaign is that there's great tutorials on their website. So here's the LeBauer Consulting blog campaign. And this is the one that hasn't been sent. So the other one we saw was just the one that was set to go out. So let me just go back here. Okay, you set up a campaign. Every time if you click new, you just create LeBauer Consulting blog or whatever your consulting blog or your physical therapy practice. You choose the list that it goes out to. Here's where you can segment your list and send it to just people that are patients or just people that are interested in certain things. I just send this to everyone. And then what I've done is in the what's called a WYSIWYG creator. I had someone help me. I found someone on Fiverr to help set this up for me, but it's totally doable. I mean, I just added my logo here, these little links, like my social links, etc. Those are some of the things you can get over social share. This is just a little code that'll pop up my social share, and as part of it, here's this little social links piece right here. And if I put that there, you'll see here how I can customize all the links to link to the correct places. And I'm going to cancel that. So you just drag this stuff in and drop it. And this right here is, you'll see it's an RSS feed. It's set up with my RSS feed from my blog. So it's a feed builder that you drag in. So that's this guy right here. You drag this guy in, and you put in your RSS feed, which for your blog is usually your blog URL /RSS, and it'll just pre-populate it with this information, which is really awesome. So that's how you create it's basically how you create a campaign that goes out for your blog all the time. When you press next on a campaign, it's just like, who do you send it to, how many people, when do you want to send it, etc. So let's see, and exit this one. Okay. So let me just show you, like if I was going to create a new campaign, so like let's say a new campaign is I'm having a special or teaching a workshop next week. I'm going to say, workshop. I'm going to say next, and really it's like, who do I want to send it to? I'll just do my test list because it's not going to anyone. No, I don't have. It won't let me choose it because there's no one on there. I'll just do these guys because if I mess it up, they won't care. And then I choose a template. So you can set up templates. It comes with these automatic templates. The templates I prefer, these, plain view. It looks like I'm just sending an email. I'm going to say my test subject. You would want it from your name at your email at your practice. Continue. This is so simple. And then I just, this is from the template. So now all I do is highlight this and type my message here. Boom. And put in links. One of the things that you can do with links here is, okay, if I say, okay, here to join me, and I make that a link to my registration page, I can put the registration page in here. And I can do a lot of things. So when someone clicks on that link, I can subscribe them to a list. I can add them to an automation. I can add them to a tag. So I can put interested, and add tags there, etc. So there's a ton of stuff you can do with that. So I can tag people who are interested, who look at the link. You go to the next page. It's loading. And this is where it tells me who my list is, what my subject line is, and I can schedule it to go out on a specific date and time. And then I can schedule it, and I can send a test email. Blah, 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 finished. So you click finish to schedule it. And then it's done. And that's a campaign. So that's a one-time message. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that guy. Yeah, I'm going to delete. Are you guys getting this so far? You guys following along? Okay, so let me show you. This is an automation that I set up for my patients. So this is what I do. Is like I use these automations to, let me show you on my website. Okay, you come to my website. I use some automations to help with my onboarding. You go to my website, and there's a couple things that you can do here. You can get my free report. Okay, you can scroll down and you can click here to inquire cost or availability. And this takes you to a form. And this form is one that I've created. I created a custom form, and people fill this out. And what it does is it sends an automatic email. So one, this subscribes them to my list, but it also sends myself or my assistant with all the information that they put in here. And then I can contact them for an appointment. I've already know a ton about them. I've already got their number, their phone number, what or how long they've been having problems, what keeps them from doing, etc. And they click to submit their inquiry, and it'll send me an automatic email, and then they'll get onto where's the onboarding list? So something like, let me find the automation that they go to. It's really cool. Inquire form. Okay, so they fill out the inquiry form into this automation. People get added to this automatic series of emails when they submit that showed you. So the form I created in this Forms tab, they get an email that summarizes their message. Then Sarah gets notified. Then 3 days later, they're going to get a welcome email from me. And what I've done is, so it waits 3 days. So if we haven't scheduled them for an appointment, they're going to, in that 3 days, they're going to get this email. And then they're going to tour of LeBauer PT. And then, even if they've scheduled an email, they're going to get these things. They're going to get these 3 messages, because these are like, I'm assuming these people want to come into our practice and that we're going to schedule them. So when Sarah schedules them, they're going to get another email in one of these 3 days. So they'll also get this welcome email, a tour of LeBauer PT, how to help your patient with your friends. And then at the end of that, if they've received the patient tag, so when someone becomes our patient, they get tagged patient. So if they've become a patient, this ends. If they haven't become a patient, like they called to cancel or they actually didn't schedule, they're going to get a tag not scheduled. And then they're going to go into this sequence of emails for people that are uncertain, or if they have the back pain ebook, they're just going to stay in the back pain ebook automation. And then here we go. Then I just park them here for 1,000 days until I want to do something else with them. So I've got 14 people in here who have inquired but haven't scheduled an appointment. So I can go back and send them a message, or have Sarah start calling them back and be like, hey, I know it's been a while. Have you found a solution to your problem? Is there anything else we can do to help you? So we know who those people are. It's pretty amazing. So this is all just off form. This is what happens when someone becomes a patient. They get taken out of these 2 automations. We can say take away. We could say take off this tag, add a tag, do a ton of stuff. But they get taken out of these automations, which these 2 automations are for people that download my ebook or call. This one's for people who call and book and then cancel. So they get a separate set of emails. And we give them a welcome to our practice. And then they get a how are you feeling? And then this is a notification to Sarah to just check in with people after a couple days and see how they're doing after their first visit. Then they get just this very linear series of emails from me. These are the emails that I've set up, that I've been using for a long time to help educate my patients. And it goes way, way down here. Boom. I mean, I don't even have anyone who's reached the very end of this yet. So I started using this over a year ago. So this goes for quite a long time. I want to show you this is the other, all right. This is this is just a duplicate of something else. So here's the back pain ebook. So when someone goes to my website, remember over here, when someone clicks here, boom, they enter their name and information here. They get put in this one, the back pain ebook. So they submit that, we tag them here in the office. So we would tag them here in the office if someone called in and they asked and they weren't really sure. And we said, well, would you like me to send you Dr. LeBauer's ebook on back pain? Oh yeah, sure, we'd love that. Okay, well then to save on shipping, what we'll do is we're going to email it to you. Let me get your name, telephone number, and email address. And the front desk person or myself, when I talk to them, I can just go in and add them to ActiveCampaign, put the ebook tag on them, and they'll get automatically sent here. And then I've got a few rules here. This rule is just to keep people from the back pain workshop from entering this in a weird way. But in general, this is a very linear movement. Movement of people. Like here's the welcome. Hi, my name is Dr. LeBauer. I'm the co-founder of LeBauer PT. Here's the ebook, but before I give you this, I want to just, say hello, etc. Now it's going to notify me that that's happened, but really in the future, I'm going to notify Sarah because when this happens in the middle of the night, Sarah can get a notification, or in the middle of the day, she can follow up with people by the phone and say, hey, I saw that you downloaded our report online. What's going on? You know, how long has this been a problem? Is there anything that we can do to help you right now? So that's how this works beautifully. And then I've got a little follow-up email system here. And they just kind of keep going. And this one goes quite a long ways down, very linear. But remember, if someone becomes our patient, they get taken out of this. Otherwise, they stay in it until the end, and it goes way, way down here. And this one, I think, is well over a year, too. And I kick you into this other automation right now, and then I've got quite a few people who've made it all the way to the bottom here, and they're going to park here until I add more stuff. So if I want to add another email to this system, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them right here. I'll add another email here, and then if let's say I add an email, how easy this is. Create new email, and then I can get it, email name. I like this one, checking in. Okay. All right, here's my template, and then I'm gonna say checking in. Okay, I love this this email that I'm getting ready to write. Okay, we're gonna make this info. No, I want it to be Aaron at LeBauer PT. Okay. All right, here, hi first name. So this it'll automatically insert their first name. I just wanted to take a moment to check in with you and see how you are doing. You downloaded our back pain ebook a while ago. Are you still having any issues with your back? Or have you figured it out? What was going on? If there's anything we can do to help, just reach out and let us know. Sincerely, Dr. LeBauer. Like, boom. And I'm going to send this and set this up, and I'm probably going to get a ton of messages in the next few days because this is a very personal email. It looks like it's coming straight from me, etc. I can even change this to a little bit wider so it looks like, you know, a normal email message from me, like it's from my Gmail. And then we're going to go next. And then here's checking in. I can send the test. We can preview it, but there's no links. And I'm going to finish. Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come back in and wait for a specified period of time. We're going to just put in a bunch of days here. Okay, save. And then now, in order to move these people into here, I'm going to do is just go in and change this to like 10 days after they bump out of that last sequence. Save. And now 777 people are going to get this email message from me in the next 24 hours, and I'm going to be slammed. And maybe that'll fill up my schedule for the next month. Maybe not, but we'll see. So watch what happens if I refresh this. We'll see how many people have moved through there. You guys getting this so far? Any questions? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see some questions. Yeah. I'll get your, yes, great questions. I'm going to get to those in 1 second. So here we go. We're all the way at the bottom. No, they have, but ActiveCampaign will start moving them through that email. Okay, let me get to the questions. Nancy, so the form sits in ActiveCampaign and not on the website. Yes and no. It can do both. Okay, so the form, let me show you where the forms are. Okay. What ActiveCampaign does when you create a form is they will host it for you, or you can insert it into your website. So here's instant appointment. This is, let's see, the instant, and we can do integrate. And here it is. So if I want to do like a link, I can copy, open a new tab, paste the link, and here's the form. Okay? So I can really easily, ActiveCampaign's hosting it. Or what I can do is, I can do embed, and I can just copy and paste this stuff into a field in my website. You can, if you have a WordPress website or blog, you can just get the WordPress plugin and it'll do it. Here's how you can put it on Facebook. So I can add the form to a Facebook page as well. But the embed is what I've done over here. When I go to ActiveCampaign, there's a little, field that I drag over. It's HTML, and I just paste it in there, and then this form shows up on Weebly. So that's how that works. How does ActiveCampaign know that you've scheduled the patient? There are two ways to do that. One is Sarah can go in, or I can go in and manually add the tag in quotes to the patient's contact. The other thing that you can do, and I think that I've done or that I'm going to do, it's on my list, or I've halfway done it, is to create a form for my administrative staff to fill in when people schedule, so that it automatically adds a tag to the patient. And it can be where'd my forms go? Here it was, a really simple form, like this is a form in the back pain ebook. So there is a form that we use, scheduled. Here it is. I think this is it. Let's see. Oh yeah, here, watch this. So this is the new patient scheduled form. So this is when Sarah schedules someone or I schedule someone, we just have this form that we use and we fill this out for people when they schedule an appointment. And it really captures all the information. It prompts me or my front desk staff the questions to ask people, and basically in what order, and it sends them an email summary. And so I can create a really small form that would show up when someone becomes a patient, that Sarah could just open and write their name and maybe some other information in. Maybe we could put their diagnosis, any information we want, and she could fill out that form, and that form can be set to add a tag. You see how like the forms, so what you do is you come over into the form and you go to options, and then right down here, I can say add a tag. So we can add another action, add a tag, and then I could make the tag the patient tag. There it is, and then add that. So, and now anytime this form gets filled out, it'll add this tag to the person's name and phone number and email. So we can create all these different rules. So let's see. I think that's going to answer your question there, Gia. And where does the ebook sit? That's a great question. So the ebook can sit in a couple different places. What I've done is I've uploaded it to my website as just a file, and then you take the link to that file and you give that to people in the email they receive after they've opted into your ebook. So and if you want to see how that workflow goes, Nancy, go opt into my back pain ebook. But the ebook is just a file, and you can even put it in Dropbox or Google Drive, and you can get a shareable link from Google Drive or Dropbox, and you right-click that link and you do get shareable link or get link, and then you hyperlink some words in your message. You put that in your message that says, thank you for sending your name and phone number. That would be that very first email people receive in the back pain sequence. So I'll go show you that. The back pain workshop, it's an appointment. Okay, I'll just show you in the back pain workshop one because they also get it. So this is my back pain ebook. So they attend the workshop or they fill out the form for back pain. They get this email, we'll edit it and I'll show you what I've done here. Okay, so this needs to be over there. Okay, so hey, first name, thank you so much, blah, blah. Click this link to download book on back pain, your free book on back pain. And so this hyperlink right here is just my book in Google Drive. And so they'll get a link, they'll click on it. And when they click on it, let's see, I'll open the link in the page. This is what's going to open on their computer. Boom, here's their book. Okay, and they can read it here. They can print it if they want 20 pages of it. They can download it. They can save it to their Google Drive. So that's their, this is my ebook, and that's how they get it. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions? How do you protect the patient's information that they submit on the form? Well, that's a great question. If people submit it on the ebook form, they're giving me their information. They're giving me their name and email and phone number. What do I need to do to protect it? Well, if they're not my patient, you know, I don't really need to protect it other than have a really encrypted password with ActiveCampaign. You know, if I'm not sending their protected information to anyone else, they're only receiving information from me through ActiveCampaign. When I email everyone in ActiveCampaign, no one else sees, who I'm sending email messages to. That's never going to happen. No one's ever CC'd or blind copied or anything like that. I'm not sure that the email companies sign business associate agreements, but we're basically not transmitting their PHI. They're filling out a form basically prior to being a patient. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's something that I use a password, a strong password. That's how I'm protecting their information. I will email them, and usually this is like a marketing platform versus a sending information about their health condition and all that stuff. So I hope that answers your question. And I know some people are concerned about that, and we can look deeper into that too, if that's more where you want to go down and talk about that another time. We can figure that out. So does that help you guys? Does anyone have any questions about ActiveCampaign or want to see anything else that I'm doing in here? I've certainly got quite a few lists. My recommendation is to start with, a blog list, a prospective patients list, and a patients list. And you start with your free ebook automation and an automation for your patients. So your patients automation doesn't have to start the day they become a patient. It can start the day they schedule an appointment with you. The day you talk to them on the phone, that can be the day that it starts, and it can start with a welcome message, welcome to our practice, etc. I've just kind of done it where I started a long time ago with a sequence, even back when I was using Aweber, that just started the day they became a patient. Recently, one of the tricks I learned from working with Paul Goff was he starts people with an automation when they schedule the appointment, or even not just when they download the ebook, but when they call to Inquire to schedule. That's when he starts the automation. Welcome to my practice. So what I've done is I've created a separate one. So I've got two of them. They overlap each other a little bit, and it depends on when the person schedules and when they start. But my welcome message when they are a patient the first day has an email from me and a video on how to use a ball for self-treatment. And I want to give that to them after their first visit, not necessarily when they call to schedule. So that's kind of how I've set it up. But it can be even a little bit more simple than that. And as you learn this stuff, it can be way more complicated. And you can really segment people based on their interests: knee pain, neck pain, back pain, chronic or acute, you know, whether they're in your wellness programs or fitness, etc. You can have lots of different automations for all these things. It's pretty amazing. You can send text messages, you can notify people, you can send emails, you can put a lot of actions in here. You can send campaigns to just certain segments as well. Just people with back pain can get a certain message from you. Just people with knee pain. You can also send one message, and it will insert for you. Let me just close this. It'll insert for you what the problem is. So if you tag them or they fill out a form and it says, let's see, where does it hurt? And they choose knee, leg, neck, shoulder, foot, ankle, etc. I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool. Here we go. So in here, when they fill out the Inquire form, you can enter these little codes here. Like, here's their main concern. So it can say, what's concerning you most is my back hurts. What is stopping you from doing the thing? And it'll just auto-populate the thing that they wrote in on the form, or that my admin staff wrote in on the form. So you can say, you know, you could just have a little spot that says, does it hurt? And you can write like, hey, thanks so much for, well, let's say that message, that checking in message. You know, it's been, you know, a while since we heard from you. You told us you were having trouble with your blank, and for someone it might say back, for someone else it might say leg, for someone else it might say knee. If you're still having difficulty with your back or with blank, what it stops you from doing, please call us, and we'd be happy to help you out. You can do lots of little things like that that make this so specific and personalized to people that they really feel like you're speaking directly to them, which is okay. Let's see. Each segment is a result of the tag you have given them. Each segment, yes, yes. So you create segments based on the tags. You can also create segments based on their actions. Let me see where I can do that. It's you can create segments based on, you know, when did they subscribe, how long have they been subscribed, how many clicks have they done, you know, their birth. I mean, all kinds of stuff. Let me see if I can figure out where is a good place to do that. Okay, here we go. I'll just do right here. So all these conditions and workflows are available everywhere. So you can, let's see, contacts. Okay, you can add tags, remove tags. Oh, this isn't really in the right spot. Okay, where did it go? View contacts. No, that's not the one I want to do. Hold on. Sorry. Let me find a place to do that. I remember. Okay, so let me go back to my test campaign that I kind of messed that one up. So let's, okay, I'll show you where all those conditions are. Okay, we're going to go to the list. Okay, and when you choose which list people you want to send it to, you can come down here to segments. Okay, and we can edit the segment. Here you go. So they're in the list CashPT clients, and in the list leads, we could do, and their contact details are date subscribed, you know, is on or after, is on or before. We can do actions, has clicked on a specific link in any campaign, or, you know, the let's see, in any campaign, you know, like the masterclass campaign, they geography. We can choose them by zip code. I can choose anyone in, let's see, state. I can say anyone is in, let's see, state is Texas. You know, I can do that because it will populate a lot of that information from people. We can do actions, has clicked on link, has forwarded, is in the list, not in the list, did not submit the form. Look at all these things. I mean, there's a ton of ways to segment your list into different ways, and which is pretty amazing. All right, let's leave that. Okay, yeah, so Nancy, the tagging is really great. So you can bulk tag people too, go into your contacts and just select the list you want or the people you want, and you just like can apply one tag to everyone. So check out the tags and start using tags. If you guys have any questions about ActiveCampaign, let me know. I've got a affiliate link to ActiveCampaign, which I think provides a discount. But what I'm going to do, it's LeBauerConsulting.com/ActiveCampaign. And if you guys end up using my affiliate link to do that, what I'll do is I'll give you my automations, like my new patient automation and my back pain ebook automation. If you use my affiliate link, if you're in the Cash PT Blueprint program, those should be available below this video when it's in the program or in the marketing module. But if you guys if you haven't subscribed and you're interested in, check it out, LeBauerConsulting.com/ActiveCampaign. And when you do use that to enroll in ActiveCampaign, let me know. And there's just a couple links I got to send you, and you can load in my automations and change them as the way you see fit. And I'd be happy to help you with that too. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below the video or in the mastermind group, and we'll go from there.